everyone. Welcome to another edition of Night Court. And welcome to those watching on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. We are so happy to have video. Yeah, it's different now. And those who are listening to Night Court, wherever you get your podcasts, you can now watch Night Court as well on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. So you can watch the show.
And if they can't watch it, where do they find us? What are our other handles? You got to go through the whole spiel now.
All right. Well, I'm on Twitter. It's at The Fish Nation.
Yep.
The Fish Nation. Brevin is on Twitter at he's at Brevin Night 22.
Yep.
The show at Night Court 22.
Bang.
Got it all figured out.
There
right?
it is.
All right.
That's
so
good.
we're happy to have our first episode on video. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful that we have. We may have some people coming through here.
Probably not because it rained earlier.
Yeah, but I see somebody on the tee over there, so they may be coming through here shortly. And of course we got the birds with us. Always.
We have everything is the same.
Yes.
Except y'all can now see us.
Yeah.
And it's not just us talking. And the crazy thing is, this is case number 85.
85, man. Yeah.
Someone said to me the other day, it's like, you guys really did 84 non-filmed podcasts with no guests.
Right.
I said, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we've done. No guests.
And now we're going to have filmed ones with no guests.
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing, except a camera's just
That's
there.
right. All right, so we're going to get into the NBA.
Yep.
We'll get into the lottery's coming up this weekend, you know.
Someone was just telling me that I'm doing a show about the lottery.
Are you?
Yeah, but
cool.
It's nice you do a show about a lottery that you don't really know anybody that's in the lottery.
Oh, God, I just sneezed. I'm sorry, on camera.
So
that is true. That makes it tough.
Hopefully I'm not the main person in terms of the play. Know what I'll be good for?
They know not to ask me about the lottery or the draft.
Know what I'll be good for is what the teams in the lottery may need.
Sure.
And then from there, you fill in the blanks of
You
who
tell
that
me
player
about those
may.
players,
Yeah, I'm not. It's too much.
Well, and I've given up talking about players because I've told you this before. I thought Adam Morrison, your old teammate, was going to be great, man. I thought he's going to be a great pro.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. We were when we drafted him. It was excitement. When we were with the Bobcats because of what you saw him do in college.
Yeah.
And the one thing we was like, well, it's nice to have some more shooting on the team, and a guy who moves a lot without the basketball. You know, movement is always a good thing.
Yeah.
But then we got to the training camp, and then we got to preseason, and it was like, well, maybe it'll kick in.
It never did.
It just never fully kicked in.
And another one of my favorites, that Steph Curry guy from Davidson.
Yes.
His ankles will never hold up in the league. He will never, ever be anything in this league.
So that ended your.
That's when I decided I'm going to stop evaluating players. I mean, really?
Your player evaluation days were short.
I mean, so now people. I was on a radio show the other day, and they were like, "So, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of the guy Killian? What's his name from UConn?
Oh, the big kid.
fella.
The big kid. I don't know.
What do you think of him?" I'm like, he's a great college player. What about for the Grizzlies? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to guess. No, I'm done. I'm done evaluating players. I don't do it anymore. All right, so we'll get to some NBA playoffs. We'll get to some NBA news. But first, did you watch the Tom Brady roast?
Bro, everybody told me about it. I'm so bad at this. Have
you seen any of the highlights from it?
I've heard. I haven't even seen the highlights. I've been so engrossed in the playoffs that I have, and watching my show. And one of my shows, we'll get to the end. I was very upset with how it went.
Oh no!
Everybody made me watch this Baby Reindeer.
Oh no! I was told to watch that too.
Trash. I mean, some people may laugh, but I just got to the end. And so that took up, so I didn't watch, so how about this? I don't watch the Tom Brady roast because the Giants roasted him enough. I'm cool on, we don't have to do much more with him. So I didn't, and I try to finish watching this series, and I get to the end and I'm like, are you serious, yo? I wasted 8 episodes of my life watching this.
Really?
Trash. And this is the way it's going to end. And so I didn't see it, but I heard people they went in pretty good at him.
My favorite, well, first of all, Eli Manning. You know Eli.
Of course.
Of
Of course they would have Eli be there.
No, he wasn't there.
Oh.
He tweeted and said, I thought about attending the roast of Tom Brady last night, but I did not want to roast him for a third time.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't tune in. See, Eli, that's the thing about us Giants people. We just stay in tune. And I was always in tune with Eli, and we're still in tune now.
My favorite part of the whole night was Nikki Glazer. She stole the show. She was amazing. She's from St. Louis. Shout out to Lou and shout out Nikki Glazer.
Boy, I should have.
But she stole it. She got a standing ovation after she was done roasting. But my favorite line that she did the whole night, because you know how I feel about this. She was yelling. She was talking to Tom and asking him, "How stupid can you be to lose $30 million in crypto?" Even Gronk looked at me and said, me know that not real money." I ruined the delivery so bad.
So bad.
Me know that not real money. That's what Gronk said.
You know what you're gonna stick to? You're gonna stick to hosting
An audio podcast.
You're not gonna do any type comedy. No stand-up comedy for you.
Me know that not real money. Man, that was funny as hell.
The whole part of the joke is the setup and then the punchline.
I mean,
you literally gave me
it was a hard punchline. Me know that not real money. That's hard. That's hard to say.
Unless you're Gronk.
Unless you're. Question. In Gronk's commercials.
He plays a caveman, doesn't he, in one or something like that?
No, he just speaks like one.
Oh.
Is he? Gronk's acting, right? Right?
I think in these scenarios, when it's becomes so much, I think it's a 50-50. I think I'm going to have to go with 50-50. I think there's a large part of it that is a part of it is him, who he really is, and a part of it is this is the persona that's going to continue to get me paid until I don't want to get paid by this anymore.
All right. When you were young, did you collect basketball cards, baseball cards?
I didn't. None.
No?
I didn't. And I think at this point, even when people start talking about it, I'm like, man, did I miss out on something? And it's like, no, I didn't miss out because I was outside playing, running around, engaged with the other kids. Not trying to figure out people's stats on the back of a card or like, hey, dude, you want to exchange? Let's. Hey, I'll switch you my baseball card for your baseball card.
That's what you did when it was raining.
You played electric football.
No, you didn't.
You did. Did you know about electric football? You know what that is?
Yeah, I know electric football. Up, down, up.
No. No, the board one.
Oh, the board one.
when you have
I'm
the
talking
man
about the handheld one.
No, listen, I'm still in the inner city. They had no money. So this is the board one.
Right.
With the men, the little men.
And the board shakes.
Yeah, when you turn it on, it vibrates. But you have men, and you can put pennies on the base to make certain people do certain things. You can manipulate it and then you stop it, and when you want to make a pass, you got to get behind where the quarterback is, and you get one chance to try to hit your guy, and then turn it back on and let it go. Oh, that's what you did when it rained. Not trade baseball cards and no. I didn't do it.
So last week.
Go outside, kids.
So.
I'm all cameras. I'm looking at all. I don't wear terrible. Go outside and play.
So last Thursday, I was with the boys, right, on our Thursday night extravaganza, and we traded baseball cards.
See? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
I traded a 1975 Nolan Ryan for a Carl Yastrzemski and a 66 Carl Yastrzemski and a 72 Roberto Clemente.
Roberto Clemente.
Yeah.
I know that.
I thought it was a pretty good trade. It was pretty fair as far as like value of cards. But it was amazing because one of the guys that hangs out with us, he's a card guy. So he's got these rare, ridiculous, it's like it's a hobby of his. Yeah. All I got was crap that I was a kid and I just looked at them a lot and
nobody I knew did
so
the
they're
card
not in great
thing.
they're not in great shape.
Nobody
you knew? No,
it wasn't a big thing in East Orange.
Right.
Trade cards.
Okay. The Derby. Did you watch the Derby?
No, I watched the NBA playoffs.
You missed the Derby?
I missed the Derby. Who won?
Mystic Dan won.
Was it raining?
No,
Oh,
I don't think
good.
so.
So you missed it too then?
I missed it.
You act like
I was-
you act like my missing it was like you're like the only person to miss it. And then you gonna say something about, oh, I don't think it was raining. Shit, you was in the same boat I'm in.
I was at a soccer tournament, my daughter's soccer tournament. It was exciting. But it was an exciting finish. It was a photo finish. It was a photo finish from three horses in a photo finish. Mystic Dan, Sierra Leone, and Forever Young
Forever young.
were the top three.
That is I'm gonna get more. I mean, now that we've gotten into this phase of the year, where sports become talk about everything. You know, you get in those phases where you're gonna talk football before basketball starts, and then you're gonna talk football, basketball, and then you're gonna talk basketball, and then it gets to that point where it's like, all right, I'm not a big now like baseball, I gotta pay attention. The hockey playoffs. Here's the thing. Remember you were telling me about that? Like,
Yeah.
They've been good. The problem is they're during the NBA playoffs.
I know. Yeah, but
it's
most
hard
of the time when the NBA game's over, the hockey game still has some time to go.
So maybe I saw the Rangers win. Like I was like, okay, Rangers. I watched that one. They won 4-3.
I bet it.
But after that, it's like these playoffs they got me all revved up this year.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It's
good.
exciting to see new fresh blood in the playoffs.
Cleveland got their first series win without LeBron since 1993. How about that?
Yeah, I was happy for them. Of course, you know that's the franchise that drafted me, and so I continue to root hard for them. And then with JB and all of the guys on his staff that are there that I'm so close with, very happy to see them get over the hurdle of a pest of that Orlando Magic team, which is
Paulo
going to be.
Banchero's good, huh?
Boy, let me tell you this. For all the young players out there and guys that play together, the young talent in the league is serious, yes. But watching these young players play as a team, and to have the team basketball aspect to it, it's been fun to watch them play together, but then also see their individualism. And these young coaches doing a good job of being able to talk their talk. I say that's what we say with Taylor Jenkins was allowed them to be successful is he figured out a way to talk the talk of this team to get them to play hard on a nightly basis. And that's what these young coaches have been able to do with these young teams.
Yeah. All right, a couple of notes about teams that are out.
Yep.
Teams that are out. The Miami Heat, Pat Riley, just a gem. Pat Riley, fantastic. You know, Jimmy Butler had been trolling the Celtics and saying, you know, we would win the series if I were playing and it'd be over. Pat Riley said, if you're not on the court playing, you should keep your mouth shut.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, there is, when, in this day and age, I said the social media thing has really just flipped a switch in a lot of people that things you wouldn't even think of doing. Like you're losing, not winning, but still talking about what would have done, what could have been done.
Right.
And not being on the floor with your team to help compete. At that point, you should just be off to the side as much as possible. Encourage guys to be good, but it's a new day, and I'm glad Pat Riley of course, it would be someone like Pat Riley to be the one to step up and say that, and especially to say that in response to what someone of the caliber of a Jimmy Butler did.
He even went on to say when they were asking about an extension for Jimmy Butler, he said availability is a great ability, man.
The best ability
is
availability.
Yeah, and made it very clear that that's something that's going to be considered. And then he didn't stop there. He was great. On Tyler Hero, he said he's been fragile. Maybe someday he'll surprise everyone and play every game. It's like, damn, dude.
Hey, listen,
did you have to put it that way?
Man, listen, I love accountability at the highest level. Know why? Know why I like it? Because you don't have to try to guess and figure out how they feel, what they feel. You know exactly where they're coming from. You know exactly what his stance is. He's going to be upfront with you about it, and then you rock from there. I mean, I think I always say, like, once you become a pro and you get into this NBA, it's a man's game. All those feelings and all that stuff, you got to put all that to the side, bro. it's a business.
Yeah.
And you better be ready to make business decisions and hear other people have their take on who you are. But then you got to go out there and perform.
Darvin Ham on the crappy end of the business
Yeah.
says he's fired from the Los Angeles Lakers after just 2 seasons. Mike Budenholzer, Kenny Atkinson, and J.J. Redick.
I started hearing J.J. Redick's name for in a couple situations here. It's just, hey, listen, you got to get on, you get on the right stage and say the right things and run in the right circles, then you put yourself in a position. But credit to J.J., he puts in a lot of work in his craft.
Right.
And
that can get you a job as a coach.
how about that? Well, listen, at this point, I just told you, it's about relationships.
I mean, Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, it's a relationship situation. If you know enough people, you get enough people that can believe in you, they think you can communicate, then you'll get a chance. That Lakers job, at this point, it's just a revolving door.
Yeah.
And at some point, you just got to start being like, maybe we got to get the players to go along with the coaches in this situation in order for it to work.
Because they won 47 games this year.
Right.
And went to the conference finals last year.
And
ran into Denver.
It's just always, it's just not enough. It's like, well, maybe a new coach will do it. Sometimes it's not just the coach this many times. Is what they're going through.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, whoever you are as a coach, you might sign a 3 or 4 year deal, but you really only got 2 years.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean,
2 years, and that's it.
That's what I said about my Cardinals manager. They just hired him and signed him to a 2-year extension. I said, that doesn't mean I can't fire him next year.
Right, exactly.
Pat Beverly threw a ball at a person. Chucked it.
He's getting out of hand. It's starting to get out of hand.
And the reporter deal was
the
weird.
reporter deal about do you subscribe to my podcast?
It's just awkward and
Bro,
stupid, man.
You are like I told you, social media thing, man, has people really tripping.
No, has Pat Beverly tripping.
In general, people are tripping in what they're doing, man. The man said, in an interview after the game, at your job, she's doing her job, and this is your job.
Correct.
He said, do you subscribe to my podcast?
Yep.
The social media is tripping. These people are going crazy with this thing, man. And at this point, for Patrick Beverly, he's just been tossed around. He just, everywhere he goes. And the thing is, like,
But as he'll tell you, he makes the playoffs every year of his career. Everywhere he goes. And the last couple of teams, he's made the playoffs on teams that, I'm not saying he was a difference, but they weren't really playoff teams.
And he's the one that
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm just throwing out there that it still is because
that's what he would say.
The other people on the team made it go. He was a nice piece to the puzzle, maybe. But
he's not a bad piece to a puzzle, right?
No, but he's not the anchor for why it happened.
No.
And it's just that all of these other antics that are going on are just that. They're antics. And you do it why? Because it means that somebody's going to be like, oh, maybe we should tune in and see what other crazy stuff we're going to say. Well, that's literally, we got so many people that the whole hot takes. Well, let me see, what's the most outlandish thing I can say or do that's going to get people to tune in to hear me say some more outlandish shit.
Yeah. All right, it's time to predict the series after they've already started.
Here we go, baby. We're so good at this.
That's what we like to do. Boston, Cleveland actually hasn't started.
We got two
of them that haven't started yet. Boston, they ousted the Heat. Cleveland, they got rid of Orlando. We talked a little bit about that in Orlando and how pesky those Magic are. But Boston and Cleveland, this is not going to be easy for the Cleveland Cavaliers, despite Donovan Mitchell being superhero-like.
Yeah, they're going to need Darius Garland to be a little bit more consistent, and they're going to have to see what's up with Jared Allen. Being able to get him back, don't know what his where he is in his recovery, if he'll be available or not. But if he can get out there and play, then that gives them at least the defensive versatility. They have some size and length. I think the biggest thing when you're playing against the Celtics is you just got to take away the threes. It's almost like the mentality that the Grizzlies use with the Warriors in that they're going to stay on the top side and force everything to the basket.
Right.
And if you're going to make a whole bunch of layups and floaters and all, then that's fine. But I always say for those teams like the Celtics, like a Warriors team, they really, the threes fuel them. And I think that if they can take away the three, sell out to always forcing someone to put it on the floor, fake recovery, let your bigs be the guys that are contesting at the rim, everybody else slough in, and you hit on the weak side. But don't allow them to have the barrage of threes. Now I think that at least gives Cleveland a chance. And on the other end, they have a go-to player. And they have a guy who has been phenomenal scoring this year. But he's going to need his running mate to be a little more consistent in Garland playing with him.
Knicks and the Pacers, an exciting, thrilling, amazing game one. The Knicks win that game. Jalen Brunson has 40 plus in 4 straight games, 40 and 5 assists in 4 straight games.
The only one to ever do that?
Only one ever to do that. He's been unbelievable for them. Came down to the wire. What did you think of the illegal screen?
I just don't like when it. And the problem was it became a part of the game on both ends. On the one end, it wasn't a kickball. It was the hand on Neesmith that gives the Knicks, instead of it being a turnover, gives the Knicks the ball back out of bounds. DiVincenzo makes the three.
Right.
You go down the other end, and again it says, was it a foul? It's like, I mean, by the letter of the law, not giving them the step to move, it was. It was just. There have been so many other things in terms of contact. That contact was marginal in terms of an outcome. It wasn't as if it was a run, knocked him down. Now it was literally, he didn't allow a full step, but he's allowed to turn, and then it was just the contact. He took the fall. So I would have liked to have been able to see the game end with either a missed shot, a made shot, a play of some sort, not the whistle blowing, but Indiana still had to be better. Bad foul on Nembhard on the out of bounds that took it to being a 4 because now Brunson gets the 1 free throw for the foul without the ball being in play. Mm-hmm. Then they have to foul. He makes both free throws. Instead of it being down 3, now they're down 4. The game was over. So there were still some things they're going to need for. And this is why I picked the Knicks. First, we said I picked the Knicks to win this series because what we said on last podcast, which is there's something just as a spirit right now about the Knicks. Just a it factor that's going on. And they have a closing go-to player. Indiana plays extremely well as a team. And if Siakam has it going well, if what's the little point guard? The funny shooting kid.
Connaughton?
No. The point guard for the Pacers.
The
Halliburton. If Halliburton has it going, then they can be like. There's the ifs with the Indiana star.
Not Connaughton. I was thinking McConnell.
McConnell, yeah, and he had a great game. I love him. But there's the if with those guys. If they can be big every night, there's not an if with Jalen Brunson. Right. He's going to be big every night. Josh Hart's going to continue to make the plays. So I just think at the end of it, even though Indiana may have can play more players, have more talent throughout their team, the Knicks still have that guy who can win the game, and Brunson's been doing it.
He's been unbelievable. 1-0, Knicks leading that series. And then you got in the West, the Thunder and Mavericks haven't started yet. Mavericks dispose of the Los Angeles Clippers. And
I don't know if Ty Lue continues to stay with the Clippers. Now, you know these names that are being thrown around.
Lakers.
I can see it being a nice. I don't know if he got an extension or he's up for an extension from the Clippers. Whatever happens with that, but a chance to reunite with LeBron. The instability on the Clippers side of their 3 stars of Kawhi Leonard again not available in a playoff series. Give him credit, played all year, but again when you need him at the crunch time, not there. James Harden, you saw him here and there in that. Paul George here and there, you saw him play. And Russell Westbrook was just a shell of himself in terms of being able to make shots. And so it's just still you look at the Clippers and say there's a lot of talent, but it's just for whatever reason never just fully always comes together.
Yeah. But
the other one, the Dallas, Oklahoma City, I'm not going.
How big of an injury is Kleber?
Very big. Because you think you go back to those, yes, Kyrie and Luka did their thing. Cleveland made big threes, like timely threes, and also rebounding. So when they want to size down and still have a shooter on the floor, now it eliminates having a big shooter on the floor because now their other bigs are Derek Lively and the kid from Washington that they just brought over. Gafford. Gafford. So now it eliminates the ability to play a different way. And I don't know if Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't know if he's supposed to come back. Will he be back? That's another person that you don't have on the perimeter. And you start to go down to your different big is going back to Josh Powell.
Right.
Who hasn't played a lot because of the other two bigs and having Kleber. And so it's a huge hit to Dallas, and it allows defensively for Oklahoma City, which is a fantastic defense, to key in even more on Luka and on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. You like Oklahoma City?
I like Oklahoma City. I really do. I like the way they play, and if they can keep those other two bigs from being really big on the floor, then the whole size thing goes out the window.
Holy cow, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Let me tell you this, Fish. You think about it, we saw this coming 2 years ago.
Yep. We did.
When we played them in the playoffs and we won the series, we walked out of that series saying, oh, they're here.
Yeah.
Like it was like you could see it coming. They were coming. You think a little bit, they've almost taken a lot of the way that the Grizzlies have been able to have success. They've done it in a very similar way. Defense first. You got an electric player. You're going to play through the electric player. And then you have a bench that is very good. And your role guys support your star extremely well. But I give them all. They also made the big move with Rudy Gobert, who I was one of those people that's like, how is this going to work? Like, Cat, where are they going to play on the floor? And after 1 year, it has worked spectacularly. And to the point where they made it a thing, and I give Chris Finch a lot of credit for this, that they weren't going to allow teams to play him off the floor. They were going to figure out how to match up and keep Gobert on the floor no matter what. And he stuck to it. He's been true to that. And a credit to Gobert, whatever scenario they have put him in, he has excelled in it. And they are who Boston does not want to see in the finals. Is what it comes down to. They are who Boston doesn't want to see, because the one thing that Boston lacks, and when we went and played and you watch them, they lack athleticism.
And that's what Minnesota thrives with.
Jeez.
Man, that Nas Reed is crazy. Jersey!
I mean, the way him, and then our old Jersey boy, Kyle Anderson, playing low minutes, was hurt early in the playoffs. Comes out, starts in that game, and you think about the mind that you have on the floor with he and Mike Conley. It was the best defense that I have seen in an NBA game since I can remember. I'm talking about who you did it against, and the way that they frustrated Murray, Jokic, Mike Malone, Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon started to just in the second half, just take the ball and it didn't matter if you were standing there. I'm just going to run through you and see if they make a foul call, or if I get a charge, so what? Jamal Murray throwing stuff on the court should be suspended.
You can't throw heating pads on the court.
And he did it twice. Like, he threw the towel, and the thing why he should is because he threw the towel at Mark first.
At the referee.
They shooed that away. Then he throws the heat pack out. Like, people keep saying he threw it on the floor. No. He was throwing it at Mark and missed, and then it went onto the floor. And so once it went onto the floor, now the risk of people being hurt, there's no way in the world that the league could justify not suspending him. I understand the gravity of the game, but he didn't care about the gravity of the game in that moment. So why should the league care about the gravity of the game at this point? And he should definitely be suspended the one game.
Minnesota, I forget who was doing the game. Was it Harlan? Harlan doing the game?
Yeah, I think it was.
And said that a lot of times, you think when a team gets game one, they come out a little relaxed in game two. Furthest thing from the truth for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were all up in their ass in that game. I mean, it was defensively swarm. Never gave second chances.
No.
Never gave second chances. Took advantage of every turnover.
Yes.
Just got offensive rebounds and gave them second chance. They were everywhere. I mean, for a game 2 being up 1-0 on the road, that was as impressive a performance as you could see.
Do you remember what's the movie with Show Nuff back in the day? It's a karate movie. The black dude was a black karate movie, and what the heck? I can't remember her name, but he got his golden vibe. And when he was going through his karate moves, it was like slow motion, but it was like many hands moving. Last Dragon. That's what it was. Last Dragon. And he got it, old boy got his move, and he was moving like this. It was like 2 people, but it was just 1 person as he was doing. That's what last night looked like. It was like 7, 8 wolves on the floor.
It was unbelievable.
It was literally like there was one there, another one. And they defended him one-on-one, and they picked him up full court every single time. I mean, to take the challenge that they took on the defensive side and offensive, and why did they come out like that in game 2? It's because they have an absolute mercenary on their team, and Anthony Edwards. Bro doesn't care about, ain't no friends. I don't care what your status is. I'm coming at your neck. And because he's that way, every other player on there is that way. Mike Conley got handshakes.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Mike Conley, handshakes. What?
Yeah.
We couldn't get technical fouls from him.
No. And now he's doing handshakes.
Handshakes.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards is amazing. He's been unbelievable to watch. I love the fact that he's a guy that he doesn't need to be looking at the basket when he scores. He could be looking at the floor, find his spot, and just go up and score. I mean, the guy knows where he's at. He knows where his spot is, and he gets to it.
You know, a lot of people have the Jordan comparison, and the thing that I say with the Jordan comparison, for me, is a mindset. I think he has a very similar mindset in terms of
Man, I'm so
what
happy
it
you
takes to
said
win.
that. I was asked that yesterday on a radio show. Gabe Kuhn, our good friend Gabe Kuhn, asked me that on the radio show, and I was like, wait a second. we can't compare him to Jordan.
No.
But that's what I said. Those guys that have that, Kobe had it.
Yes.
LeBron has it. That hatred of losing more than that love of winning.
But I think that LeBron, how he did it is different than the way Kobe did it, is different than the way that Mike did it. Like LeBron, to me, still wanted to be friendly with everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go out here and compete and be the best on the floor, but I'll still be cool with y'all.
Right.
Kobe and Mike wasn't trying to be cool with you.
Ever.
It
Didn't matter who you were.
I think Anthony Edwards is the same way. That's why I say mentality-wise. Yeah. Game, you still got some. We're not gonna watch you do it just in this short span and be like, oh, let's watch this over some time. But the mentality, and does he have the ability? It is on par with those other two, and different in the way that LeBron does it.
Denver needs more from the others.
I don't know if Denver. Honestly, I think this is just a bad matchup. Sometimes it's a bad matchup for them during the regular season. It's been a bad matchup here in the first 2 games of the playoffs, and a lot of it is because Minnesota can play them one-on-one. They can throw a bunch of people at them, and their size is unmatched on the floor with what they're able to do. And then they can conversely whenever you can get guys who are really good offensively to be really good on the defensive side, you've hit the goal pot. You hit the jackpot. And that is what Minnesota, they've hit the jackpot on the fact that we have offensive guys who are good, really good defensively, and they're doing it in unison.
I would love to see Oklahoma City and Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals, just to kind of, because nobody thought that would happen. I just sneezed again on camera.
Sorry. Sneezing is a part of life.
Sorry. But I would love to see it because nobody thought it would happen. Because everybody questioned. That was the biggest question of both of those teams going into this was, well, this is their first time kind of in this position. How are they going to...
Well, and I think it wasn't as big is because they have dealt with the dynasty teams all year. There was no mystique about the dynasty teams, the Lakers, the Warriors. And so for them, it was like, shit, we better than y'all. And they had the swagger and the air about them to go about it every time they stepped on the floor that, no, yo, we for real good. And I go back to what I said earlier. Watching young players be able to use your individual talent but doing it together is it's special, and it's so much fun to watch for basketball enthusiasts like myself. I'm not a big person on how the game used to be played. Well, you do it this way. I leave that what it is. But in terms of the authenticity of the game of basketball, it's fun to watch teams that compete defensively as much as they do offensively. And it's fun to see teams put the emphasis on both ends of the floor and to see that you can still have success and play a fun brand of basketball. And so it would be great to see those two teams end up in the finals, in the Western Conference Finals, because they deserve it.
Yeah. You know, on the show, if you've listened to the show and listened to the podcast, you know that I am one that likes to give out hugs. So I got a couple hugs to give out.
Okay,
Right?
who we got?
Bob Baffert, horse trainer. He's
That's the good hair dude? The dude
the
got the
gray
tan,
hair, yes.
tan all the time?
All the time.
Okay.
Sunglasses
Yes,
on,
yeah,
white hair, beautiful
yes,
hair.
yes.
He's been banned from the Kentucky Derby. He was banned for 2 years, and then they just decided to add a third year, which was total BS this year. So he wasn't allowed to run a horse in the Derby, but he's going to come back out, and he's going to win the Preakness with Muth. So good luck to Bob Baffert.
Did he go away? Did he go away because he was drugging him?
He doped a horse.
Hey, listen, I don't play around with that. You heard how serious I'm serious about
But it
that.
wasn't.
I'm
it
serious.
wasn't
The
a real,
horses,
It wasn't a real
the bees.
deal. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I'm
I don't know
serious.
anything about the story, to
I'm
be honest
serious.
with you. I
Listen,
just love Bob Baffert.
I
And
am
once
a-
I saw at a hotel lobby, he looked at me and he said, "Go, baby, go." I said,
right.
"Yeah."
All right, who else we got hugs for?
Nas Reed, Jersey.
Golly.
Nas Reed. Every time I watch Nas Reed play, all I think to myself is, "Oh my God, Nas Reed," because it's amazing what he does. I thought he only did it against us, but apparently he does it against everybody.
He is showing everyone why he was Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah. All right, and the third one. Are you a Charmin guy?
The toilet paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have the nice, the soft one, so you don't have to take so much in the roll.
Yeah.
So to make it soft, you just take a couple and
Are
it's
you
like.
familiar
oh my
with the new Wiggly Tear?
That's what I have. You know, we have the wiggly tears. Yes.
I wondered what it was, and then I saw it on television. It's brilliant.
What? It's so. You know, before you used to be like, and it's like rip over there or something.
Right.
It's just,
Oh my God.
It's so, and it's just so, you don't have to do a lot. Just take a little bit.
Shout out Charmin.
Shout out, Sean. I'm
Hugs.
giving you a hug on that
Hugs,
one.
hugs,
You and Nas get
Sean.
hugs from me on that one. I'm not with Bob. No hug for you, Bob. You
No,
did,
Bob
did the
Baffert.
horse is wrong.
Well, I don't know. It's arguable. It's arguable. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Night Court this week. We thank
No
you for
TV
joining
shows?
us.
I told you my one what not to watch.
Yeah, that's
was
sad
pissed.
because I was told to watch that. So I'm glad you said that. I'm not going to now. No, I'm catching up on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is a fantastic show.
All right, wrap it up. That was it.
Well, it's a great show, and I'm catching up on that. That's going to do it for us. For Brevin, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us here on Night Court. Thanks for watching us here on Night Court. And if it's your first time watching, we welcome you. And if you're listening and you're wondering what I'm talking about, you can watch each and every Night Court now. Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media YouTube channel. You can catch every edition of Night Court as well. Catch us on Twitter as well. You can follow Bluff City Media. You can also follow me. I'm at The Fish Nation, at Brevin Knight 22, and at Night Court 22. Until next time, for BK, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Peace.